I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing real good, and thank you for being on the show this evening.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
And I played your song "Heartbreaker" a little bit
hmm
earlier, and it has that reggae type of feel, type of track, and I was jamming to it. I definitely like the record, and congrats on that. I first heard of you through Reverb Nation.
hmm
Talk a little bit about how you decided to get into music.
Well, I've been singing since I'm about 7 or 8 years old, but professionally, I started maybe 3 years ago. I was a voice major in high school. I was classically trained for 4 years by my high school voice teacher. And then I just started to fall into the pop and R&B scene and started writing my songs. So I'm now sticking to singer-songwriter, pop R&B artist.
Now, you know how artists loves to do more than one genre of music. What type of genre do you think you lean towards more? Are you more on the pop side, or are you more on the R&B, or like you said, you blend them both?
I could blend both. I definitely think that I like to listen and sing R&B more because I do have some soul to my voice. People tell me I sound a little bit like Alicia Keys. So
Wow, that's interesting, Alicia Keys.
yeah,
Do you feel that you do sound like Alicia?
yeah. In some things that I sing, like I do cover some of her things, and I hear similarity in our voices.
That's someone. I mean, a lot of people like to be, filmed. That's a good compliment right there, Alicia
Yes,
Keys.
definitely.
I mean, I love me some Alicia Keys. Definitely a talented artist. I feel like she gets underappreciated because maybe she don't do a lot of glitz and glam. I mean, all she needs is that voice and that piano, and the music speaks for itself. I mean,
Yeah, I definitely agree.
so other than Alicia, who are some other musical influences do you have?
Christina Aguilera is definitely one. My number one is Colby Kelly. I just love everything about her, how she's so quiet and kept to herself, but she really does have such an amazing voice. And Rihanna and Jessie J are influences as well.
That's some awesome artists that you mentioned there, and I've also heard some of your other songs on your Reverb Nation profile, and I mean, your voice is definitely is very mesmerizing, and it is very soothing to my ears. Maybe I'm sounding like CeeLo Green for a moment, but but I guess what I'm just saying, instead of just making things very awkward, that I like your voice, I like your music, and I consider me a fan, a big fan of yours, and I know you have a lot of things in store. What are some goals that you have coming up for
um, I
2014?
would, some things that are in the works that I'm working
Yes,
on right now.
yes.
I'm currently writing an EDM song with a DJ in Brazil. I just produced a new song in Miami a few weeks ago that I wrote. It's a really, really, really great love ballad. And also my songs are being represented at MIDEM in 2014 in February, which is a big music conference in France that happens once a year.
Well, check you out. You getting all international, girl.
Yep.
I mean, it's one thing to have artists get their music heard in a city, state, or country, but outside of America, I mean, that's definitely got to be that has to be a good feeling. Like that's more than just Americans that want to hear your music.
Yeah, definitely. And the music scene is totally different outside of the U.S.
Absolutely. So, if you can have a dream collaboration with any artist, or a group or rock band, dead or alive, what would your dream collaboration would be?
That's a tough question. I have a few, but definitely number one would have to be Macklemore, actually, because I love him so much.
It's funny that you mentioned Macklemore because I was just talking about him earlier on the show.
Oh,
The
really?
Yeah, the Grammy nominations were unveiled, and he just so happens to be up for some Grammys,
Hmm.
including I believe Best Album. He and Wayne Lewis for The Heist. Thrift Shop is up for a Grammy, and that anti-bully song he did with Mary Lambert is also up for a Grammy as well. So it's been quite a big year for a guy who's not necessarily in a major label. I mean, he's definitely a testament of guy that you don't have to come from a major label to have the success that he's had, and you being unsigned and all. I mean, that's got to be encouraging. That
Hmm.
you don't have to be in you don't have to be in a major label to get the success that he's had. I mean, does that you feel like that gives you that's a good sign for artists such as yourself that maybe you can make it far into this music business?
Absolutely. I mean, as long as you know how to get yourself out there and do as many shows as you can, you don't need a label. The label is pretty much just supplying the money that you eventually have to give back.
And that's definitely been something that you got that's just something you got. It's all when it comes to a major label, you have to give and take, and it's like you said, you make all that money, you spend all that money for the music studio sessions, and then when you eventually put the music out, you got to get that. It's kind of like the RRS of sorts. So it's just I don't know. I don't know. Being part of a major label definitely means that you really it just means you have to. It's just a lot of money coming involved, and so I don't know, but no disrespect to the major labels or anything, but I mean, look, if you believe in your artists, let them put out the music the way that they want to, and just maybe you'll be just as successful as Macklemore is. I'm just saying.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just saying. Um, so um, let me ask you this: as far as fans, I'm sure you get messages and comments from fans saying that they love your songs, love your music. Some fans may say that you got songs that they can relate to. I mean, how does that feel when you hear that from fans when they say, you know what, I like your songs, I can relate to them, they are deep records. I mean, how does that feel when you get that reaction from your fans?
I love that because that means that I'm being successful in what I want to do because I write so people can relate. So that's really important that if one people or 100 people can relate to my music, then that's success to me.
That's definitely the rewarding thing, I think, for any music artist is when you do music to impact people's lives. I mean, that's more rewarding than winning a Grammy. I
Yeah.
mean, you can sell the records all you want, you can get all the airplay that you want, but if your music ain't touching people and impacting their lives, then I don't know. It's just it's incomplete. It's like you making a test, and you have some answers right, you have your answers wrong, but it's incomplete. You
Hmm.
you gotta have songs that's going to impact people's lives. You gotta have with a message behind them, and I feel like there's too many songs on the radio that's too caught up into the partying and the love
Hmm.
songs and things like that. But there's not enough songs that has a message, a true message behind it.
Right.
So, do you ever see yourself maybe, want to compete for shows such as, The Voice or maybe American Idol? Is that a route that you see yourself doing?
I actually tried out for American Idol when I was about 17 or 18, and it wasn't successful at all. And it was a very nerve-wracking experience because it was at Giant Stadium in New Jersey, and there was like 17,000 people there, and it was hours and hours and days of waiting online for a no. And I just don't recommend it, and I definitely wouldn't do it again.
I'm going to assume that Jerk Simon has some choice words. I mean, he always does, so I mean, it's just, I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if he be waking up on the wrong side of the bed on before he be going through these old, auditions and stuff. I don't know.
Hmm.
I'm just saying. But what would your advice be to anyone that wants to get into music, that wants to be a recording artist such as yourself? What would your advice be?
I would say definitely perform everywhere and as many shows as you can, because you never know who's in the audience. Someone could be watching, and there could be a record deal right there. So just perform as many places as you can and love what you do, and the money will come.
Well said. Absolutely well said. And you know something? Music has definitely evolved more through technology throughout the years and definitely throughout the internet. I mean, back then it's like you put out a couple of songs and a demo and send it to the record companies or whatever and see if they want to sign you or not. Nowadays, all people got to do is search your name on YouTube or Google you and they listen to your music that way. And, some artists will get signed through the internet. I mean, more than just the typical demo deal. I mean, how do you feel about how music has evolved throughout the years as far as people looking for artists and stuff?
Yeah, I think it definitely has changed a lot, and not necessarily for the better, because you pretty much can see and do everything on YouTube. It's like an artist comes out with a new song on YouTube, and an hour later, someone is covering it. And the point is to get the most views. Like, I don't know. I don't like the way that the music industry is being run right now, and people aren't even putting out albums. They're putting out singles, so nobody's really buying CDs. They're buying singles.
Yeah, and that's definitely disappointing. I mean, I will say a prime example. Some dude named Psy, Mr. Gammon Style. I mean, he gets his music heard on, get millions and billions of views, and it's like that's all he's known for. I mean, has he even put out an album, or he just doing dancing songs for the rest of his life? I don't know.
Yeah,
That's it's
or like the guy that did the "What Does the Fox Say" video.
yeah. I mean, that is nuts. I mean, but I guess like a lot of things in life you gotta deal with. There's always gonna be good. There's always gonna be bad, and there's always gonna be artists that that really wants to take an artist seriously, and they just gonna look for someone that's could be a one-trick pony. I guess. I mean,
Hmm.
that's just how it is in music these days. Um, Angelica, I'm gonna go ahead and let you go. I want to thank you for joining me this evening. And before I let you go, why don't you let the people know how can they get in touch with you social media wise? And obviously they can hear your music on Reverb Nation. But what are some other websites that people can learn more from you of?
Yes, you can check me out on my website, which is www.angelicajonimusic.com. My fan page is Angelica Joni Music. My Instagram is Angelica Joni with 3 I's, and of course, Reverb Nation, Angelica Joni.
That is awesome. Everybody go check it out, and please check out the song Heartbreaker. Check it out. Especially if you like a reggae type of joint, and just the beat and just the melody and everything. Just check it out. You won't be disappointed. And please check out Angelica's music and be on the lookout for her more music in the works. Again, it was great chatting with you. You have a happy holidays, and thank you
Yes,
for being on
thank
the
you
show.
so much.
You have a good
All
night.
right.
All right,
Bye. Thank you.
all right, bye-bye.